Ladies and gentlemen at all, this is Odeko and welcome back to Blueprints. So I have been loving this game and to give you a peek behind the curtain here, I recorded all of the previous sessions over the probably course of like 2 days because I was really enjoying it and really into it. And then since the last session, my city was hit with a tornado and I haven't had power for 4 days. So I was like binging through it and then was forcibly removed from not being able to play it for the last 4 days. So I'm very excited to get back into it. Multiple times while waiting for the power back on, I was like, I really want to go back and play some more Blueprints. I hope the power comes back on. So I'm very excited to jump back into it. I hope all my trades of thought, I hope I'll be able to pick them back up. I know I have my notebook here, but there's a lot of details in there, and it's not like much of a through line. It's like a bunch of scattered details. I know that one thing I definitely need to do, let me double check that I have the days right, but I'm pretty sure in the next few days I need to get to the commissary because there was like a cryptic message about something going on at the commissary, and we don't know what it is, but it was between... If I remember, it's like between days 12 or 16. Yeah, there was something. It was written on a red note, so we think it's a lie. But there was something happening in the commissary between days 12 and 16. So that is definitely worth doing. The other thing that we have the information for and have not done yet is the shelter. There's like a time-locked safe, and we didn't know the date the first time we saw it, but now we do know the date. So that should be something we may be able to do. And here is the shelter. The other thing... The tool shed and the trading post, I don't think we've picked either of those before, and they may have another gas valve. That was the other thing we were looking for, is the third gas valve in one of these rooms. But I also think the shelter may have a gas valve, and I didn't know to look for it the first time I got it. So I think that it's kind of two birds with one stone. We can verify whether or not it does have one, and then we can also do the safe. It does not appear to. Yep, remember that. There were people hiding out here because the thought police were coming for him. Cool. So, it is day 13. We know that day 1 was November 7th. And then, conversely, day 9 was November 15th. So, today's the day 13, and that would mean... So, 16, 17, 18. So, this would be November 19th. November 19, and I believe the day starts at 10 a.m. and it has to be an hour in advance, so I think this should be okay unless it's already... Oh wait, no, not 12 a.m., 12 p.m. Radiation monitor. We already did this, and we haven't like turned on the laboratory or anything, so it should be fine. So at 12, this will be open for 4 hours, starting at 12 today. So I will come back out for that. I could save a few steps by waiting there, but steps are less valuable than I just don't want to have to wait. So we can get a few... Oh, there is an outdoor clock, which is it working? Yeah, so it's currently... Oh, okay, so the day starts at 8. So we do have a few hours because I set it for 12. So it's currently like 8:30. I just remembered the only other time... I should have checked this in here, actually. I didn't think there was a clock in the main room, but of course there is. That our last run is where we got that upgraded to 10 per day, which is so nice. Let's do a nook here. Coupon book. This is another reason to go to the commissary if we see it. Let's do a parlor. Get some early gems. The gems are in this box. The blue box is true. The gems are not in this box. So if this is true, and that would mean that this is also a true statement. So this would have to be a false statement. So then if that arrangement were correct, then the gems could hypothetically be in the white box. If this is a true statement, then this would be a true statement and this would be a true statement. So this necessarily has to be a false statement because otherwise all the boxes would be true, which is not allowed. So we know this is false. So we know the gems are not in this box. So the gems have to be in one of these two boxes. If the gems were in this box, then this would be false, this would be false, this would be false. So, okay, so we know the gems have to be in white. These definitely are getting more difficult, which I forget where that info came from, but it warned us about that. Commissary. Let's definitely do the commissary here. Courtyard, we'd get one extra door, but it's much more valuable to get this. So, commissary will be closed from day 12 to day 16. This is why we wanted to check this out, because this is printed on red, so we know it's a lie. But then it's very perplexing. Shoot. That we keep getting. I think this is the second time this has happened. So this image, whenever it generates, it has a letter on the grid where the room is. But every time we've gotten this image to generate, it's been we've gotten repeats of the same grid space. So this is, I believe, let me double check, but I believe this is the second time we've gotten it in this corner here. So we already knew that it E generated here, and then the other one we've gotten was this square up here, which we know is a T. And we've gotten both of those twice, just like by complete accident. And I've gotten none of the other spaces. So I'm trying to generate this image in every grid so we can see what it spells out, and have not been successful. Okay, so what does it mean that it's closed today, but that's a lie? I don't know what that means. For sale today. Set of gems. That's pretty good. I feel like Sledgehammer for 8 is excellent. Well, I mean, it can't. That's like the most valuable. Gems. I mean, gems are quite good, and 4 gems is a lot. Running shoes are nice, but we have plenty of steps, and they aren't very reliable. Sledgehammer's nice because it saves you keys and it gets you stuff. And we have the hallway that will always generate a chest. I'm gonna do the sledgehammer, and then we can come back for the gems if we have the. So that's everything 50% off. So what does this mean? Commissary will be closed from day 12 to day 16. I mean, I know it's a lie, but it's open every day. So why? That's just not an interesting thing to discover. It's not a lie. I mean, it is a lie. It was open today. But I assume that meant there was something special going on. But we are on day 13, and there does not appear to be anything special happening here. Interesting. Effective the first week of December. Oh, we're not even there yet. I didn't. Okay. So maybe on the first week of December that will start being relevant. I'm slightly disappointed. I thought there was going to be something fun in the commissary. Storeroom would be nice because we could get all those gems and we get a key. It does kind of seal us in a little bit. Den's probably better. Den also gives us a gem. If we get the opportunity for a storeroom, it'll be nice. But the other thing I liked about the den is oftentimes a chest generates here, and we have the sledgehammer, but not the case this time. Got to do the spare room to not seal herself in. Oh yeah, we should definitely do the hallway. I don't love it here, unfortunately. But the lock trunk, it's one of the main reasons why I got the sledgehammer is to open this trunk in particular. So, ooh, is this a secret garden key? Okay, so the only thing we know about the secret garden is that it has to generate in the wings, but we don't know it. The key says something like it'll be hard, fighting it won't be easy, and so I don't think it's just like it's a rare building on the wings. There's probably some other secret to it. Let's open this one. This is as good a place as any to do a closet. Shovel. Maybe we should do a green room run. That was such a shame when we had all those dig spots. I'm having flashbacks to 4 days ago. We had like 20 dig spots and no shovel. It's a tragedy. Yeah, let's do the courtyard. So I know the courtyard always has dig spots. Key. Always very nice. Nail, not worth picking up. Oh, another chest. I'm glad I looked back over here. More keys. Oh, we are doing really well with consumables. We just got to be careful to not seal ourselves in too much. I mean, we have 2 doors pointing up, which is nice. Is this? I'm gonna do. I think. Like drawing room doesn't. It gives us access to that space in rank 1, but like we already have access to that space through the entrance hall. Coat check, I'm not going to grab that yet. I don't think we'll need the broken lever. So I think this is the time to grab this. I'm going to go back. Yeah, I don't want to, like, there's no reason to press super far because as soon as it hits 12, I want to run back out and get that time lock safe. I know it's not moving. The time doesn't move that quickly, but there's still stuff to do back here in the early ranks. So let's do that. Let's get these gems. I always am so reluctant to spend gems, and it'll be nice to have a run where I don't feel like I'm low on gems. Although the second I say that, that means that I'll start using them frivolously, and then I will instantly run out again. So, all right, let's really try not to seal ourselves off here. That is an excellent security room. Now we just need the utility closet, obviously. Ooh. Opens electronically powered. And I assume that's multi-use, unlike the keys. Very nice. So we don't need the utility closet. And we've never found this before. We can finally do the thing where we turn the security level up because we have the key for it. I mean, still, we can change offline mode to unlocked. It doesn't really matter. Nice. We are definitely making progress today. We need definitely keep in mind the secondary effect of the shelter, which is that red rooms don't have to be worried about them. Yeah, let's do the pantry so we don't seal ourselves off here. Got everything. Let's just do the corridor. I mean, it's more valuable further on, but that would definitely be an example of a frivolous waste of a gem, I think, just to get the drawing room. I mean, the reroll can be nice, but so there will be no negative effect here. I'm not gonna hem myself in with a locksmith. I still haven't built this room yet, so I do want to do that at some point. I don't think it really matters which of these two we pick. Let's pick this one because this is a worse negative effect. I don't care that much about the chapel negative effect. So if I have to build the chapel later, it's not the end of the world. We've already seen a lot of this stuff. Got the secret code from that. Cool. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's try and do boiler room and see if we can get the laboratory connected to it. Never been able to make that work, and also this is like these are great doors for the boiler room. I want to be cognizant of the time. Now the nice thing is that the chest stays open for 3 hours, so that's very nice. I think because I solved this puzzle once. Oh no, this part's not. Never mind. These doors are all accessible, which I don't believe was true last time, but I think I do still have to solve this down here to power stuff up. So I'm not going to mess with it yet. I don't think... I'll mess with that if I have a need to, if I like get a room that requires power. Otherwise, it's not really any point to mess with it. Let's try this one. All right. Crossing my fingers here. Laboratory would be so excellent. Unfortunate. This is a good spot. I mean, either of these are both such bad outcomes. And so being able to avoid them with the shelter is very nice. Archives is specifically the outcome that I hate the most, so I'm going to put that there. I don't even need to go in there yet. All right, we're going to do another spin. Come on. Oh, wait. So the other thing that's nice, I believe the archives are... Yeah, it's one of those rooms that has the ducts above it. So it, like... I believe that means that if a laboratory is connected to the ducts that way, it'll still work. Because it's the same design as this sort of power duct. And that continues through the archive. So that is actually... That's very nice. No laboratory still. Unfortunate. This is... I'm going to do locksmith here, because both of these only give us access to this square, which we already have access to. So I want to check out what the locksmith is. Cool. 1 key, 3 keys, special key lockpick kit. So there, special key, I mean, when we already have 5 keys, I'm very curious what special key will do. And we already have the garden key, so that might be taken out of the pool of special keys. Maybe this will just be like a silver key, but even that, I mean, that's a good... I would be happy with a silver key. Let's see what it is. Prism key. If you unlock a door with the prism key in a green room, hallway, bedroom, red room, or shop, you'll draw floor plans of that same color. That's nice. Okay, cool. I mean, new item that we've never seen before. I'm happy with that. Doesn't seem like there's much lore in here, but from what we can see, those all seem to be like, there's not like a key that stands out as being something unique we need to pay attention to. Cool. Okay. So I'm not giving up hope yet because these power ducts, I think, mean that if we get a laboratory on either of these, I still think it works. Because look, that's like connected. I mean, yeah, it connects to all the doors. So we have 2 more spins for a laboratory. Let's not do that yet. Shame. Still no lab. We've never built the rumpus room. Again, I'm frivolously using all my gems, but I'm very curious about the rumpus room from the first time we rolled it. Zoltar. We have a key to put in there. Talking fish. It might not be talking. It's probably just a mounted fish. There's no clock in here. No, I want to check what the time is. Oh, here. Nice. So yeah, now we definitely have enough for this.
And as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of the dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear.
Oh my gosh, I'm a nerd.
I see a boy.
My future.
A boy standing on a shore of white sand. He is looking for something. Something he was told he would not find.
Kitty.
I see a black cat tied to a red flag.
Alright, beach of white sand, black cat tied to a red flag.
I hear the wind blowing.
I'm gonna have to write this stuff down, I'm
The
sure.
flag does not stir. I see a door marked by a road moon.
That's in the
Door that is
anteroom,
always locked
or
and
antechamber.
has no key. It is the door you have been searching for yet will not find. A lost room beyond the dark waters. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Oh, does he give you... So if we find this again, we get another clue? Oh, there is a clock here. Yeah, I will not say that was the most useful. I mean, maybe... I'm sure that probably is a clue of some sort. A black cat tied to a red flag. A beach of pale sand. Etc., etc. I don't know what to do with any of that. Gymnasium... Should just a bedroom. I mean, we really don't need the utility closet anymore. It's useful for garage, which we don't. It's useful for turning off the gymnasium. It's useful for turning on the dark room. Both of those effects are not relevant to us. Yeah, let's just do bedroom. So we are pretty close to... We're like a half hour away from... So I'm going to go back here. I am going to... While I'm here, Oh, nice. Treasure map. So, is that where we are now? Treasure map. Okay, so starting in courtyard, go up to archives, rumpus room, bedroom. Oh, nice. Okay, so we've already done the trail. I don't actually know if you have to follow the dotted line. The only time that we got this to work, we did have to follow the dotted line. So, the other time, I think we didn't have the shovel anyway, or we didn't get there. I'm not sure. But even if we do have to follow the dotted line, we just need to go up twice from bedroom, and we'll be there. So, cool. Very nice. All right, this is the real moment of truth here. I really want the laboratory. We found this puzzle on day 1. It is currently day 13. I've made no progress on it. I really want to get the laboratory connected to the boiler room. Don't want the special key because using the prism key will force a red room, which the laboratory is not. Yes! Oh, yes. I'm so excited about that. Okay, cool. I am not going to do that yet. I'm very pleased, but I'm not going to do it yet. The fastest way out is boiler dark corridor, right? Yeah, that's not as fast. Cool. And then on the way back in, we'll turn on the boiler room. The running shoes, I think were 8 coins. I'm considering getting them. Let's get them. This seems like a good run. I don't think we'll have too much use for the coins. Gets a little use out of our coupon book, and it'll save us some steps. So. All right, it is getting close to that time, so let's go. Very excited to be making some progress here. Getting the safe here, and then also getting the laboratory. At least get some progress on it, hopefully. This should be a few minutes here. And we got several upward pointing doors. Actually, I guess we only have 2 upward pointing doors, so once we get the laboratory taken care of, we'll have to keep an eye on those things, but for now, not too worried. The other thing I was thinking, because it lets you put whatever special key you want in a lock, I was wondering if maybe something to try is if we get a locked door that faces one of the wings, I'm going to try putting the secret garden key in. Because that would be kind of a fun way of like unlocking a room, is like you just need to put it into any locked door and then the room appears behind it. That would be kind of interesting. I don't know if that's the case. It just seems like mechanically the way you put in keys supports that kind of solution to a puzzle. So let's see, time lock safe. We already did this. I'm just getting impatient. Wait a second here. I mean, it should be soon. This is, I think, new. The way the art is like randomized to different paintings, I'm not sure what to think about that. I know there's the one piece of art that seems to have like the different letter depending on where in the grid you are. Here we go. Nice. Got that. Oh, that was just the stand for the jewel. 7. Dear Uncle, the disappearance of my cousin Mary has long sat unfavorably with me and my father. And we believe that's my mother. Our character's mother, I think. And I will freely admit to you that the chilly airs of indifference you may have felt in my presence can be attributed entirely to the suspicions that I have harbored for these past years. Suspicions entirely aimed at yourself. And while so whoever is writing this blames the uncle. And while I have never had the opportunity to prove it, I felt very strongly that you had some deeper involvement in those events 4 years ago. Circulating rumors of those months did nothing but further reinforce my convictions in this fact. Those of us that are once bitten are twice shy, and I am aware of the cost my aggressively aloof behavior has had on the social standing of our family. I do not apologize for my actions, though I am now willing to admit that the conclusions I reached may have been flawed. Last week, I had a confidential conversation with one of our mutual acquaintances, a conversation that has shed more light on the mystery than all of my father's countless fruitless inquiries over the years. I now have reason to believe that you were in fact responsible for smuggling my cousin under cover of night across the red border to the southern seafront. And I believe this may have occurred in September, a full 7 months after she was reported missing. A date that coincides not with her public disappearance in February, but instead with the notable theft of the ruby crown. So we read an article about it being stolen from a museum. If the Blackwater insurgents were in fact responsible for the heist, as some have claimed, I believe this scenario entirely plausible, and the fact that 2 of the crown's 8 rubies have now surfaced has given me renewed optimism that she is still alive. Well, what's interesting is surely that ruby that we just picked up is related to this, but it just went into our generic gem slot. It's not like a special item, I don't think. I'll have to double check. Alive, safe, and finally free. That she is still alive. Alive, safe, and finally free. Perhaps my willingness to accept such a sensational story betrays my own desperation. Desperation for answers, desperation for hope, and desperation for a narrative in which you are not the villain. In that distant land we all dream of, the land where strangling crimson curtains draped across our sky are pulled back, and the windows and shutters of discontent flung wide open. In that distant land I pray one day to find our Marion safe, happy, and absolved. Courtney. Okay. So Courtney is probably our aunt, or like second cousin. Yeah, her cousin Mary. So first cousin once removed, or if we're going with Mary being our mother. And then uncle probably means that Mary is Baron Sinclair's daughter. Seems to make sense. So I'll take some note here. I mean, there's a lot of information. It's hard to know exactly what to note down. Mary disappeared. So if she must have disappeared in Feb, but then smuggled across border in September at time of theft of ruby crown. And so one thing I think am I remembering correctly that the red political party is the like monarchists? And so, I mean, there's the ruby crown, and then it seems like the red party is the one, because there was like the red guard. They were hiding in this bunker away from the red guard. So I think like the red is associated with the monarchy, and then presumably our family is involved with some resistance against the monarchy. The Blackwater insurgents. No, wait, that's I mean, maybe that's connected because they were connected to the theft of the crown, and this seems to be tied up in the situation. Okay, so but the other thing to take note is there are these 8 rubies, and 2 of them have surfaced. Just keeping some notes here. Cool. And yeah, this was oh, okay, we have this icon here now. I don't know what that means. That's interesting. Oh yeah, and this said 7. Yeah, so this was, I mean, this is interesting lore information. I'll keep it in mind. It's not like immediately relevant to any of the puzzles I already knew about. So there's some other information here that will be presumably useful down the line. Yeah, so this is remain where you are for now, given the red guards due tomorrow. Cool, okay. Interesting. Cool. Got some lore, got some stuff to think about. All right, where do I... So we want to turn on the boiler room and then figure out what we're doing in the laboratory. These running shoes have instantly saved a bunch of steps. These have been far more useful than every other time we've gotten the running shoes. Okay, so we need to turn on the power, and then we need to route it towards the archives. So I need to remember how all this works. I got it fairly quickly last time. I mean, they seem like they're all still turned on. Oh, I think there might just be a valve I need to turn. Is this the one? Yeah, we solved the puzzle fairly quickly last time. I think that was partially luck. It was partially okay, I need one more. I wasn't 100% sure what I was doing, but I seemed to click a lot of the buttons in the right order, which I appreciated. So that one is correct. That one seems to be correct. Where's the third one? Oh, it's up there. I do like this room, given that the puzzle doesn't seem to be randomized. I like that you solve it once and that it is taken care of. It appears to be. So that is routing it in the right direction. All right, I have not confirmed my hypothesis that the rooms with the power ducts actually route power through them, so I'm very hopeful. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness that is true. I'm very happy to see that. Nice, 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 nice. So now what? One, two. All right, let's first of all, we should have, well, this is the first time coming in here. Let's do our experiment setup. Whenever you draft a shop room, each time you find trash while digging, we do have a shovel. If you draft an archive floor plan, we can't get any more archive floor plans because I've already gotten the archives and canceled out the negative effect. Whenever you draft. I mean, I'm going to have to do neither of these. I mean, add a chest to the entrance hall is not bad because we have the sledgehammer, but it's hard to turn down the permanently add gold to your allowance one. That just seems so good. Maybe. Oh my gosh, honking outside. Drafting a shop room we have a little more power over, I guess, because like, yeah, I have to roll the green rooms and then I have to have dig spots and, but there just aren't that many shop rooms. I don't know. Both of these seem both not very likely to add a ton of gold, but both could add a few. The thing about shop rooms is they're often dead ends, and I'm struggling with doors anyway, so I'm going to try and do this one. I already read this. Doesn't have much info for us. This seems like it's going to be useful. Potentially. I mean, okay, so our variables here, we have 10 levers. Each one decreases the power. And they're numbered 1 through 10. And there doesn't seem to be too much else we can do. You know what I just remembered? I was thinking about this screen and I remembered I turned down doing the utility closet, but if we do see utility closet, we should take it because there's a kind of similar puzzle in there that I think we actually have the solution to. See, I wouldn't have forgotten about that if my power hadn't been out for the last 4 days and I haven't been able to play. Forgot that was another puzzle that we have a potential solution for and need to work towards. Okay, so we have periodic table. I don't think any of these... A lot of this just seems like generic science diagrams to me. Except for this one. But how do we translate... Okay, so for example, 1 here is plutonium. But how do we translate, like... So, for example... I mean, I would think if we have to know the, like, atomic numbers of these elements, it would be on this. That's the part that I don't fully understand. But okay, so I looked up on a second monitor. Plutonium is atomic number 94. It's labeled 1 on this. So is it maybe 94? What is this? These arrows here. What if we just turn all of them on? Is there any information in here? Research log. No, that's just... Test 205 at atmospheric pressure in Mount Holly freezer. Room temp complete thaw. Oh. Wait. I don't have the magnifying glass, but I think maybe I can read what this says. I think it says something unaffected. I'm starting to think I may not have what I need for this, unfortunately. And I was so excited too. Yeah, I mean, it's cool that this is on, but maybe the information is in the freezer. And we were not able to figure out how to thaw the inner chest or the inner freezer inside the freezer room. We didn't figure out how to thaw that out. So maybe there was notes in there that I needed. Bit of a shame. So what else can we do here? We can go to the bedroom and keep building rooms. Could try and get the utility closet. All right, I'm going to leave. Oh, nice. Anything else in here? One thing I didn't totally put together, but I just realized as I saw this portrait in the corner of my eye, this pendant is definitely the same as what's on the door in the anteroom. This seems like a great place for a passageway. We're using all the gems, but not a bad use for them. Oh, for the first time ever, get to use the key card. Ooh, what are these? What are these dots? More keys. Don't need them. Furnace would waste... It wouldn't generate more red rooms, but it would waste my final, safe red room. This costs a gem, but I think kitchen's worth it. Oh, especially, yeah, because we're low on food. We're low on steps. +5 for every green room in your house. I think we only have one so far. We can try and generate more green rooms, and that'll be good. Oh, okay. I'm gonna... Now we're talking. I'm very pleased with myself on that one. Very pleased with myself. It felt the way that was set up, where it lets you try any key. My first thought, I originally tried that with when we got the basement key, and that was not the solution to that puzzle. But I'm glad I was on the right path there. Cool. The same symbol as the necklace and as the anteroom. Turn here. I mean, I'm not gonna know what the puzzle is, unfortunately. Can try and point them all west. Cool. Beautiful. So if we can get there, we're out of gems, but if we can get there, that's great. Have a little bit of the Outer Wilds music in the background. Me and I solved a big puzzle. I wonder if this is always a access to the anteroom. Because this seems like the kind of thing, like if you get the secret garden, you deserve a reward, and that's definitely a suitable reward. All right, for the first time ever, I really want to dig up trash. Nope. Shame. I mean, key is not bad. I'm not complaining too much. Should we use the special key and try and get another green room? Actually, you know what? I want to try and get her lady's, I think it's called the lady's bedroom, or her ladyship's bedroom, something like that. So actually, I don't want to try and get a green room. Don't have the gems for that. West Wing Hall is definitely not bad. Chapel, we would avoid the downside. Let's do the West Wing Hall. I don't know if we've done the West Wing Hall before. Obviously, it has to be on the West Wing. Staff notice, so 10 years ago, June 15th, 1983. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Likewise, any... Okay. So, she passed away 10 years ago? It seemed like maybe something that was a little more recent. But I guess that makes sense. All the pictures of her are very like old looking pictures, so it there's not really any time frame associated with it. It's not like we've seen like anything recent regarding her. If we get the dining room, does the meal get served immediately? I mean, I'm gonna have to get the dining room regardless, but yeah, it does indeed. Let's see what. This is probably if we have the boiler room. We do not have the boiler room. I could try and build the boiler room, I guess. I don't want the boiler room, and I'm not. Yeah, let's just eat it. We have the shop. Oh shoot! I got the boiler room and the furnace room mixed up again. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Steps were definitely the thing I was the most worried about. I mean, gems now at this point, but I was worried about steps. So I am I am happy about that. Can use another key here. Oh, that's a shame. I really wanted to get the office, and we just don't have the gems for it. Maybe this is a good example of I shouldn't be beelining like this. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to do a library. Is there a... I'm wondering, unfortunately, I'm coming up a little bit on a time here where I'd like to pause, but I was like, I wonder if you save and quit, does it save your progress throughout the day? But I also could just pause the computer and leave it here. That wouldn't be an issue. Okay, cool. So last time we wanted to check this out. Got the fixed stars. Clara Epson, 61. So this is Lady Epson. Last person to check this out. Stargazer's Companion to Constellations. Complete starbase, a list of constellations, and the observed effect. Oh, is this the same book? Maybe there will be some notes in here, some additional info. Otherwise, this is kind of silly because this is the same one we've already gotten. The only info we got is that Claire Ebsen checked this out. So I'll take note of that in case it's useful, but unfortunately kind of a waste of one of my library books. Okay, cool. Have that note down. All right. Should I go back and try and get more gems? That would be the smart thing to do. Or should I try and get because if I don't get something that's straightforward here, I'm really hurting because then I have to find another lever to get into the antechamber. But if I get into the antechamber, I can get the basement key early and then try and find a way to use it. All right, we're gonna live boldly. What are my special keys? That doesn't really help. Well, I'm very happy with that outcome. I also have never even gotten this room before. So this is like cool for multiple reasons. F. Pay respects. Another one of these sheet musics. Stones cut by hand and letters wrought do spell our secrets carved from thought. Stones cut by hand and letters wrought. So there's a big letter F right here. Do spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is often lost among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read, the letter is not. Among the bold words, message. So this is page 8. We saw page 5 before. Maybe there was a bold word there. Can print screen this. Okay, so here's my screenshot from last time. So for 5, the sheets is the bold one. So presumably this will spell out a message once we get all the sheet music. I don't really understand what the rest is getting at other than we found it right next to a big F. The other thing I'm thinking of is like this F. I don't know if we should keep note that it was found in this square. I don't know if that's related to the same puzzle where. So I will jot down which square we found it in as well. Just the fact that we got one letter from this room, and there's that other puzzle where we're trying to collect a letter from each room. So, all right, got that note. The true box does not always contain the prize. Yeah, I knew that. I mean, I don't know if that is a message. Like, I don't know if that means more than than talking about the parlor game. Like, maybe this is deeper than that. But at least when we're talking about the parlor game, yeah, I know, I understand that. All right, how does this workshop work? Combine inventory items to create new items. Oh, I'm gonna be really sad if I try to combine something and destroys it. What do I care the least about? Coupon book and running shoes, I guess. These will be I will be the least sad if these get destroyed, but I will still be sad. No, okay. But that does confirm that I can just try random stuff. Sledgehammer, shovel. I mean, none of these feel like they will combine into anything meaningful, but worth trying everything. All right, I've tried every combination. In here. Continue up, you must go down. And the basement key. Cool. All right, I did pause and look it up, and unfortunately it doesn't seem like there's a way to save in the middle of the day. Saving and quit would end the day, and I'm definitely not done with everything I want to do today. So I just got the I just got the basement key. I got to find something I could do with that. And I got lots of doors. I got door here, door here, door here, door here. Have a door here for a one-off room. So lots more doors to try. The main thing I want to find is the wine cellar. It looked like it had a secret room in there, and it didn't seem like there was anywhere to use the basement key when we got it, but now we actually have the basement key in inventory, so that'd be worth trying. So I have more things I want to try, but I gotta pause it and run. So let me pause it. I guess I'm just gonna leave the computer up and go from there. All right, we're back. Had to pause it there for a minute, but we're back. That'd be a nice quality of life feature to add. Would be ability to suspend the game in the middle of the day and not have to leave it run in the background, but made it work. Oh, I missed this. A large battery pack provides juice to battery-powered contraptions. I don't know if we've encountered any battery-powered contraptions. Now I have to... Oh! That does seem like that does. So I can combine... Do I want a battery-powered sledgehammer or a battery-powered shovel? I don't know why either of those would be beneficial. I'm a little worried because the shovel, if we find any trash, we get a permanent money upgrade. So I'm going to try the sledgehammer. Oh, so that turned green. But it looks like it needs a third thing. I can't like... So green... It was telling me that I'm on the right track, but I need like at least maybe a third thing before it'll actually work. I have done that a few times where I've like realized after the fact that I missed an item that was on the ground, so I need to do a better job. Better job with that. Okay, so what do we want to do? We have the basement key. So we want to try and get the wine cellar. I have a fair amount of steps. I'm going to go back down. I'm going to try and get this door, and then I'm going to work my way back up from there. I think that makes some amount of sense. Try and get some more gems. Oh, I missed that too. I am missing items left and right. Dog. It says, yeah, I am. It's going to be frustrating to watch this back and see how many times I missed that food while I was running low on steps earlier, but we got there eventually. All right, here we are. This would be a good one, but I don't have the gem for it. Have we ever gotten the study before? I'm worried about the laboratory. I mean, there's no real reason to pick it, but I'm also worried that it would waste my final free red room, even though it doesn't have a downside. Yeah, the pool would be nice, but out of gems. So let's do the study. $44. Yep, this is definitely the clue. So I have been doing the right thing, writing these down. 44 letters in the message. Face, and ace. Unused pairing. Glove, love. Sting, sing. Crowd, crow. Groan, gown. Snack, sack. Obviously, those are the same word, plus or minus a letter, but I don't fully understand what that means. Face and ace. I will write down that F there. Oh, another one of these. Still don't know the safe. What was that safe code that I had that was a lie? Maybe the lie was that it was for the wrong safe. 9083. Nope. Lots of safes, have not been able to open any of them. Oh, very, very valuable. I don't know if it's possible with so little time left, but I need to remember to ask Anne if we can commission new artwork for all the rooms of the house. We need them produced in sets of 2, a pair for each room. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm thinking. I'm likely delusional to think this can be pulled off by Thursday. A pair for each room. So when we saw, okay. When we saw the commissary, there was the board and it said like with one picture, without another picture, and that those pictures have been randomized. I wonder if the pair for each room is connected to these words: coat, cat, cold, old, sturdy, study, face, ace. Face, ace, beard, bard. So maybe in the entrance hall, is there a face and an ace? And so the letter is F. Like a. So what would this? Okay, so here's a pair of. So this is card and car. Card and car. So would this be, the letter would be D, and then the letter for this space would be D. I'll have to go back to the entrance hall and see if there's a picture of face and ace. The thing that I don't, maybe there's like multiple combinations for each letter, because I don't know if I think I would have noticed if the entrance. Well, I don't know. I'll have to look at the entrance hall again. So I'm gonna pencil in that the letter for this square is D because it was a card and a car. Card, car, pick. Okay. That seems like a big new thing to look out for. Very excited about that. And this it makes sense that it'd have like two very obvious examples in the room where we learn this info to kind of teach what it's all about. This is kind of interestingly, there are only 8 ranks on a chessboard. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, is there something where the chessboard lines up with the house? But I mean, it definitely still has that feeling to it, but the numbers don't quite work out. If there's anything else in here. Yeah, that's the nice thing about the way this works is like when you find a room and it's like not mechanically, it's not like something you need or doesn't have the doors you need, but then often there will be like lore inside, or there's so many different things you can find inside rooms. I guess this gives the lore reason for why all the pictures look like sketchy stock art. Let's see. Do I have the steps? I have plenty of steps. I kind of do want to go to the entrance hall and see if we can confirm that. Okay, wait, here we go. So plane and plan, because this looks like blueprints, and then the letter is E. So that seems, so with E, without E. That's what that means. Okay, so wait, I was staring at this. I was like, what is with and without? What is that? Okay, cool. That definitely seems like confirmation. I'm going to check the face and ace, but now every single room I'm like, okay, stare, star. So this one would be I, right? Because that's definitely stare and star. Stare, star. Stairs, stars. Maybe. Crowbar. Rosary or pray. Pry and pray. Pry bar. Pray. So this would be A for this room. Face, ace. Yep, F. I have so many different rooms to check now. I don't want to waste all my steps. I mean, I do have the the running shoes, so I don't have to worry too much. I wonder if you can just like, because it looks like it's starting to get dark outside, and it's after 4 p.m. I wonder what happens if you wait too long. But probably not gonna figure that out today. Tree, no, pine and pin. So this would be an E. This is a good day to do this because I have a pretty good grid of rooms here. Tag, deer, 10. I don't know what this means. It's like a dog tag, but it has 10 on it. This would be elk, stag, stag and tag. Stag and tag. S. Car and cart. Rail cart and car. So T. Are these the pictures? Is that P's and that would be peak? P and peak? Double checking there aren't more pictures in here. I feel it seems like I've been in rooms that had more than 2, but every room so far has only had 2, so maybe I'm just wasn't really like I didn't know what to look out for and wasn't paying attention. Yeah, P and peak. Okay. To the boiler room. Oh, this okay. The locksmith is now closed. I'm sure I can turn it back on. Or reopen it. Does this room not have pictures? It said commission pictures for every room. But I wouldn't be shocked if some of them didn't have pictures. Maybe they're like in a hidden spot. Yeah, I don't see them. Okay, cool. That leaves the power on. Were there pictures in here? I don't remember if there are pictures in here either. No pictures in here. So there are a few rooms that don't have them, but oh, no, there are. So this we thought this was tag. That doesn't mean it's still tag. Tent, 10 and tent, probably. So this one would be T. I'm surprised it's not in here. I'm wondering if there's like a weird, like it's on the back of something or it's small. Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming the message doesn't change every day because that would be kind of crazy if it did. So I will have more chances to figure this out. Yeah, I'm going to have to call it on this one. If I'm missing it, I'm missing it, but I'll get it eventually. It's surely in here. Oh yeah, match. And Where's the other one? Match tree. Pine. Light. Pinch. No. Light. Match. I'm like drawing a stick. Tree. Fur and like firm. No, that doesn't really make sense. Fur and fire. That's it. Fur and fire. So E. Check out the laboratory. There's one. Cart. Sorry about the siren. This is a long episode. We're making a lot of progress today. Where's that other picture? Is it cart and chart? Yeah, cart. Oh, yeah, they're connected. They have the red string connecting them. I don't think any of the other red strings mean anything. But who knows? I didn't think these meant much either. Cart and chart. So H. Yeah, I mean, seeing all the art on the wall, I like kind of thought some of them might be puzzles, like in the commissary where there were the notes. I thought that was probably a puzzle, but I definitely did not really conceive that every single one of the rooms, the art on the wall, was part of a puzzle. That's pretty brilliant how it was able to spring that on me. All right, what am I missing here? Let's go. Yeah. Looking at my chart to see what I'm missing. When I was going through those rooms earlier, I like should have stopped and looked around and seen if there was any art I was missing. I'd walked through a bunch of rooms after I had the info and I still didn't look at the art because I was like, oh, I'll go to the entrance hall and check. This doesn't seem to have anything, which makes sense. It's like outdoors, so none there. Can we cheat and get storeroom without using a step? Bat and... No, probably not. Tub, bath, bat and bath. So H. I will say I am like keeping an eye on the letters as they're filling out, and so far they're not spelling much. Obviously, I think I'm onto something, but I don't think it's going to be so simple as just these letters spell out a word. More missed food. I am blind today. Blind as a bat, one might say. Rod and road, fishing rod, road. A. Closet. Another banana. I don't know what's wrong with me. Did we get food spread throughout the house after I was here, or else am I just blind? Bridge and bride. Yeah, G. Bridge, bride. Oh, maybe it does just spell something out. Okay, because I have everything on rank 2 now on my note. And so this is E-I-G-H-T. So 8. And then I have every letter here except for the first one, and it's blank A-F-E-S. So I would assume safes. I'll confirm that as soon as I get a room here. But so 8 safes is the last 2 words. I know 8 is the second to last word, and I'm assuming safes makes sense. Nothing in here. Didn't get the art up in the spare room. Raven, crow, and row. So C. And then we already got the study. So I think we have gotten we've gone back, we've revisited all of these rooms except for this whole path here. So cool. Looking good. Is there anything else I wanted to buy? No, I already checked the commissary. Don't need to buy anything else. Cool. So we are back to, I guess, generating more rooms, and then do we already do the wild rumpus room? No. Okay. So here. So as we walk back, we should look at one each time. So stage, probably curtain, stage, sage. I don't actually know that's a sage plant, but context clues would tell me that's sage. That's a tough one, though. I'd be surprised if we're supposed to know what a black and white plant, or, identify a plant from a black and white sketch. Flower. I'll pencil in that that's a T. I can't think of anything else it could be, but I'm not as confident in that one as a lot of these others. Cot and coat. A. That means that this line is D, A, blank, E. So if we think this is T, dates. We didn't have anything for boiler room, but dates would make sense. Keep that in mind. I don't think there's any art in the passageway. Cool. All right. Let's get a new room. So we want something pointing up. Cool. Okay, so either of these we're going to pick one of these two, and we will be able to avoid the negative. Which one would I prefer? I would prefer to not, well, losing half your steps is rough, but it's a better doors. Yeah, I'm going to get the weight room out of the way. I'll have gymnasium still in the pool, and if we get it, we'll have to deal with the downside. But what the heck is that? Like a platter or like a lazy Susan? Cat? Oh, tiger. This has become more arcane here. I mean, that's definitely a tiger or a cat, but probably a tiger. Tail? Maybe it's emphasis on the tail. I have no idea what this would be called. Dish? Like, it looks like something you serve food on. Like lots of little treats, but I don't know what that's called. Plate. This might have a really obvious name and I'm just unaware of it. Dish. This is a funny art of a tiger. I always like it when you see a big cat and it's acting exactly like a house cat is. It's like, I know you're related, but I didn't expect the big cat to like behave so similarly to how my 7-pound house cat acts. It's always funny. I'm gonna have to wait for more information on this one. I cannot solve that puzzle. Do we want to use our key here? This is a pretty good spot for a key, honestly. These all... I mean, we have all these openings, but this really could open up a lot for us. I think we use our key here. It's a pretty good chapel. 1 gem to redraw. Let's use our chapel. We're not really doing much with the gold, I don't think. We've already spent a lot today. Don't have much else to buy. Maybe the food, hypothetically, could be good. Is there art in here? It kind of makes sense that there's not. This seems like there's already all the stained glass and everything. Yeah, it looks like there's not. Two dead ends in the drawing room. Do I want to spend my gem here to avoid a dead end? I kind of want to do the drawing room just because we're doing this puzzle and the drawing room has all those paintings in it. So I'm curious about these now. I get these are probably the two for the puzzle. Stage and stag. So we are in rank 6 E. This is the Baron. I have no idea what all this stuff is. Locked. Oh, this looks... I don't know, it looks suspicious. Not sure. Gonna use up all my coins. Locked. That would be a good time to use a gem if we had them. Do the billiard room. So this has been both tag and 10 so far. So each clue could have different words. This looks like a cliffside, a beach, cliff, scene. Sea. This one does not jump out at me right away. Like a landscape. I'm not totally sure on that. Oh! I totally forgot I even had the treasure map. I guess we got to the spot. Oh, that's funny. Time to start digging. I went out to lunch halfway through this day, so I have a little bit of an excuse, but it completely slipped my mind we picked this up. What do we get? Oh my gosh. That is very welcome. Thank you. Very pleased with that. Let's do this puzzle. 8 divided by 6, 3. Oh, 38 divided by 2, 19. Didn't see the division there for a second. 20. Okay, there's a lot. 20 minus 6, 14 times 2, 28 divided by 7, 4. Cool. Keys, very welcome, very welcome. I've been missing so many items today. Don't want to miss too many more. Yeah, I'm going to have to leave this one for later as well. I'm not figuring out what this is supposed to be. This cliff or scene or... Because this one also, it's either tag or 10 or something else. Necklace, I don't know. Chain. Alright, so we already looked at the rumpus room and we looked at the bedroom. And the passageway didn't have anything. I'm making sure I'm not missing any clues. I think we are caught up here. So, vial, tub, bath. I think these are, maybe these get harder as you go higher in rank, because a lot of the early ones I like walked up and I instantly knew what I was looking at. This is certainly no longer the case here. Could get a banana. I mean, it's probably worth it to get a banana than to like waste my final 2 coins paying at the chapel. I'll do it. Oh, I forgot the banana was only one. Because of the coupon book. Yeah, tub. Bath. Not sure on that one. Makes sense for lore reasons that the secret garden wouldn't have the hastily added notes, I suppose. West Wing Hall. Spine. Pine. Spine and pine. Okay, good. S. Now that I know this is pine, I'm like, that other one where I couldn't figure it out and it was that same picture, I wonder if pine would help, but I can't. I'm going to drive myself crazy if I'm constantly overanalyzing everything like that. What the heck is that? Crate? I think that's the Mount Holly crest or logo or something. Crate and crate and rate. Crate and rate. Sort of makes sense to me. Maybe chief, brave, chef, chief and chef. Yeah, I. And then last one, lamp, plane, fly, light and flight. F. So we got a number of these letters in so far, and obviously not done yet with the day. I still have 3 keys and 8 gems and several open doors. So let's get to it. Not sure what I'm. Oh, definitely want utility closet. I wanted earlier, but I definitely want the drafting studio, and I got the gems for it. The permanent edition is very nice. Which room was this? This was. Is it the study? Maybe it's not the study. Great Hall partitioning plan. We already read that. Bat and boat. So O. See, some of these you walk up and it's pretty obvious, and then some of them are kind of perplexing, which is not a bad thing. All right, new floor plan day. Got it. Dovecote. Whenever you draw Dovecote while drafting, you may rotate floor plans. That's good. That's an excellent ability. Oh, Solarium. I wanted Solarium last time and I didn't get it because I picked the vestibule. The kennel. Each time you dig in a room, unlock all doors in that room. That's a fun concept, and I like that there's more dog lore. We saw the dog bowl in the kitchen, I think, so there's more dog lore. That's nice, but honestly, the one that speaks to me immediately is Dovecote. Solarium, again, I like all of these seem fun. This one seems the least useful. It seems pretty specific because, like, not only does there have to be a dig spot in a room, but also there has to be locked doors in that room, and you have to have a shovel. And it saves you, like, keys, which are useful, but, like, not always sometimes I have enough keys. And especially if I have a shovel and I'm finding dig spots, I'll probably have enough keys. So yeah, this seems the most situational. I'm going to do Dovecote. A towering loft serving home to many of the feathered locals of Mount Holly. As a devout birdwatcher and amateur ornithologist, Mary had petitioned her uncle for years for this to be built on the estate. Nice. I'm excited about that. So this one's locked. I'm like a little low on steps, so I don't want to be constantly retreading my steps, but I do think... Oh, nice. Missed that. I do think it's... Makes some amount of... I mean, I do want to retread to these rooms here. This might also be locked. Let's use it. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, awesome. I'm 100% doing office. This is a big episode. I'm getting a lot of stuff this episode. Okay, first things first, before we get into all the lore in here. House, hose and house. So you. Okay, so currently for rank 8, I have I knew this was T from a previous run, and this is COU. So COU. I don't know what. Maybe I have something wrong, or maybe it's multiple words. I'm not sure. Or maybe I'm just not thinking about a very obvious word. All right. I think this is the room where I can get a bunch of stuff. Like I think the emails in here. This is probably going to be a lot of reading. Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. Had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I am not sure if the last title is intended to be hearings or herrings, but knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be suitable. Okay, so the title of books is relevant in some way that all these match. Why is this one black and these others red? What's happening? Flight of the Queen. Obviously, these are all like titles and verbs. Herrings of the Major. You know what? This is a print screen and move on moment. I don't know what to make of that. Upgrade disc, very nice. Very, very nice. The antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken again. So I was curious about this, whether the lever would always be in the greenhouse. I'm not built the greenhouse again since I found it for the first time. But I think maybe the lever locations aren't randomized. So one might always be in the secret garden. One might always be in the Great Hall. Maybe that one's randomized because we know the Great Hall layout changes. But and then one's in the greenhouse. I don't think there's enough time to put in another work order before Simon arrives. Just make sure the west and east levers are operational. Yeah, I mean, we knew the west was from the secret garden because we got that this run, and we knew the east was from the Great Hall because we got that in a previous run. Maybe I shouldn't be clicking things like that. I have no idea what that did. Floor plan. What are we going to upgrade? Courtyard. Okay. Plus 2 gems, 5 dig spots. Courtyard's always left unlocked. All those are quite... I mean, gems is a little boring. I frequently need gems. This is my problem with this game. I do need gems frequently, but it's too boring, so I don't want to pick it. 5 dig spots is a lot of fun. I don't always have the shovel, but that does make it fun. Courtyard left unlocked. Oh, and it makes it a hallway as well. Makes it half hallway. That's kind of funny. Changes the wall to be a hallway wall and gives it the orange color. My heart is telling me 5 dig spots. That's a very high rolly one because I have to have the shovel for that to be useful. But it seems fun. I'm probably not going to do 2 gems. Courtyard is always left unlocked is quite good. I'm going to do 5 dig spots. Wonder what this did. There are the 4 wires connected to it. Oh, did that open that up? Nope. We knew that wasn't the... This is the famous safe that is not opened by the code 9083. It's my favorite one. All right, so we can finally check the email. Spread Golden Estate. Okay. Sure. Run payroll. Checks will be placed in each staff member's rooms. This includes each servant Sure. I don't think I have any of those. Swan song. Electronic mail. From Ann Babbage, November 1st, so the start of this month. Sir, you have not left me any instructions for the following week, and you know how much I hate leaving critical plans up until last minute. As soon as you decide on definitive plans for the holidays, please pass a message on to me, either through Hartley, who is valeting for you this weekend, or if you absolutely insist, through this convoluted electronic typewriter. DC power. Fuse box repair. From October. Gabe, yes, that is the correct functionality. Also, when you are out here next week, please test that the correct sequence is off, blue, green, white, red, purple. Thanks for your due diligence on this project. Gonna grab that. MC. Estate changes. Dear Herbert, we just wanted to let you know that the changes you requested to your will have been implemented. Oh, estate, as in will. Have been implemented and notarized. If your premonition, God forbid, should bear fruit, rest assured that your plans will be executed down to the last detail. It does seem like he said, like, he was frantically making changes at the last minute, like he knew there was a deadline. So that's a little suspicious. I'm not sure what's going on with that. So fuse box repair. So this is the original one. The VIC indicator lights installed per instructions have been turned on. However, it should be noted that the white indicator is only displayed after syncing all 6 indicators to purple. This is not the desired functionality. Let us know, and we'll fix it on our regular service next week. Yeah, another one. Once we get the utility closet, we'll be able to do this puzzle, I think, because I think we have everything now. Cool. I don't think there's anything else that we needed to do. Oh, not that one. Need to do from this computer. I think it was just the email. Staff services. Yeah, we've done all this stuff. Data transfers, not available. Yep. I think that's all old. The safe code not big 9083 will haunt me in my dreams. Okay, cool. Glad I got that info. Once we get the utility closet, we'll have a lot to work with. We have 2 more open doors here, so try and make that count with our gems as they are. Only 1 more key. If this one's locked, I'm going to use the final key in the drawing room because we can re-roll that. Actually, I guess we have 2 keys because we have the prismatic key, which I don't know if that does anything if you use it in like a... I guess... I think of the blue rooms as being non-colored, but they're not non-colored. They're just blue. They're like... They don't really have a theme, I don't think. They're just kind of... yeah. My last coin. Getting close to the end here. All right. Use our key. Terrace. Let's do the East Wing Hall. I know we could have re-rolled them, but this is as good a choice as any. Oh, my nemesis. Oh, okay, so that's definitely Coast and Coat. So that one's easy. Coast, Coat. Again, I'm like, wait, if this is coast, should I go back? But I'm so low on steps, I don't think I can be running all the way back. We definitely have more than half of the letters, so making great progress on this puzzle. Don't need the key. Greenhouse don't need. Let's do observatory. Get another star on the books. Door or window. And pane, yeah, pane and plane probably. L. So let's see, we're at 7 stars. What are we up to here? So this is called the fixed stars. Does that doesn't really fit into that note we got. So maybe this is not part of that same puzzle. Apples are extra delicious today. That's extremely useless. Next time we get a key, that'll be more useful. My hypothesis is once we get to this, it's like a permanent upgrade every time. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's not the case. I assumed once we like maxed it out at 20 because there are no more constellations, we just always get this. Green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers, but also we found one special flower so far and it just gave us a gem. It wasn't like a puzzle flower. It was a you get 1 extra gem flower, which is not that useful. I kind of thought it was a mission critical puzzle flower when I first read that note. Anyway, I guess I will look in. There's no reason not to look, but it's not useful. Unlikely to find an apple. Okay, so I was never able to find. That's a shame. I was never able to find the what's it called? The wine cellar, or to try the basement key. So let's do the prism key because we have to. Oh, you can't do the prism key in this? Okay, so we got it. Shoot, if I'd known that, I would have. Yeah, because this isn't a colored room, I guess. Is that why? So I should have used the prism key in the West Wing Hall. Okay, so it... Yep, got it. So I can try and get back to the West Wing Hall with my very limited steps, but we're going to have to get a lot of rolls on the running shoes in a row, and I don't think it's going to happen. So we're probably coming into an end here. But that was an extremely successful day today. Got a lot done. Got a bunch of the letter puzzle taken care of. Very excited to keep going with that. Just counting it up. It looks like it looks like I got over half the letters. Very cool. Got like everything I need for the what's the utility closet puzzle. I think I have all the info I need for that. So got a lot to think about. And unfortunately didn't make much progress with the laboratory. I finally got the laboratory powered, but then I didn't really have anything to go off of beyond that. So we'll have to keep thinking about that. But yeah. I mean that was a 2-hour run today. Kind of chaotic. Had to take a break in the middle there, but 2 hours of day 13. So grand manner. Yeah, we'll call it there, but thanks for stopping by. Drop a like and subscribe if you were enjoying, and we'll keep going next time. Thanks a lot.